So, um, the the show that I'm about to talk about is one that I'm still like I have hope for, but I'm also like genuinely concerned for at the same time, and that is the Crystal Lake prequel show. Now, there has been a lot of talk of like, is Jason going to be in the series? We do know that there is going to be a Jason sequence, which I'm kind of betting on it being the season finale of the series of the show, maybe the season one finale, and then we follow like Baghead Jason for the second season. That's just my speculation on it. Um, but yeah, so my thoughts on the matter are that Jason is going to be in the show. But that's not really what we're going to talk about here. We're going to basically talk about um, everything else going on in the series. We're going to talk about um, we're going to talk about like things like the new update that the show will be a bit of a bloodbath. But they kind of set it in a weird way where it's like it's all the makings of a slasher film without being a slasher film. And I'm like, then what is it? Are you trying to be Monster right now? Are you trying to be like the Netflix Monster show? Because if anything to go off of the Ed Gein Monster series, don't do that. Like that should not be what you're aspiring to. Like in no way, shape, or form should that be what you aspire to in any way, shape, or form. Um, bad writing. And what I mean by that is bad writing, bad characters. And I know Jason Voorhees is not a real person and Ed Gein was, but like to try to, and I know he didn't say that in the vein, but it feels like, when you say things like, I want to be a slasher show, but, I don't want to have the elements of I want to have like be slasher light. That basically tells me you want to try to be art house. And I know this is A24, so kind of there. Now, it's going to have a very paranoid feel, and it's going to have a more like brutal feeling to it. And I'm all for like brutal and paranoid. We're probably going to follow, and this is again speculation. We haven't seen like a trailer for the show. We haven't seen anything of that nature, but I can probably say that like it's more than likely going to be a series that um takes place following a lot of like uh Pamela Voorhees descent into madness. Like we're just going to go deeper and deeper down the, rabbit hole as like Pamela becomes more and more unhinged and brutal and violent, leading up to that first killing. And probably even do like a remake of the first movie, even. Like I could even see that could be the case too. Um, there's also I'm also curious if like the stuff from Sweet Revenge is going to carry over. I'm very curious if that's going to be the case too, where in Sweet Revenge we did get this element of Crystal Lake where if so, like this one girl was she died, she came back and became, it was almost like a pet cemetery thing. And that has been something that has been touched on in comics and novels in the past. So to really play with that, I'm hoping that's kind of the case here. And I imagine they'll also explain, hey, if Jason was alive the whole time, why didn't he go back to his mother? Or was it some kind of spirit of the lake that was like, the only way Jason can come back is if Pamela dies? Like, could that have been the case too? Um, yeah. I also do want to mention that like the director of uh Sweet Revenge, he is going to be directing the full movie, and he does say that it is on the way. So I don't think it'll be 2026 on the way. I think they'll do Crystal Lake, but I think it will be probably 2027, 2028 at the latest because they really want this Jason movie out there. Like they definitely 100% want um they definitely want this Jason movie out there, out in force, and they absolutely, yeah, they will churn out a Jason movie before the. I would say that they would probably churn it out, all things considered, before the end of 2027. I guarantee you, they're probably already like got a script going, and they're probably already casting right now, with a low budget. But yeah, I think the focus right now for everyone a part of Jason Universe is Crystal Lake. Now, whether this will be tied to the Jason movie or be its own thing, I have heard two different things. Because some say, oh, that's not connected to the Jason universe. And others say, oh, it is part of Jason universe. They're just kind of lending. It's a back and forth kind of situation between Cunningham and Miller. But who really knows, if I'm being honest? Like, that's kind of the deal right now. Is we'll see. Um, yeah, Crystal Lake, I do have some worries about, because I worry that, you know, it doesn't want to be it, like it. I'm afraid it might, and this is going to sound weird. I'm worried it might not want to try to be, or want to be, the pre. It doesn't want to be connected to Friday the 13th. Like, it wants to be like artsy and take these characters into a direction we're not familiar with and try to be more A24 with it, shall we say? That's my worry. But I'm very optimistic, and I'm waiting for a trailer, which I think we will get a trailer early next year. Not January, maybe a Super Bowl trailer. I would probably say a Super Bowl trailer. I would put some money on at least a teaser for a Super Bowl, but I think, like, yeah, I would definitely say we'd get something early next year, for at least a trailer. So that'll probably help gauge everything going on with this series. But anyway, yeah, just a minor update on Jason Universe stuff, mostly about Crystal Lake, which yeah, it is still coming out on Peacock, which, yeah, thank God I got that back. So I probably will be doing episode reviews. It's also, I will say, it is just nice to have horror TV shows that are good again. Like, it's really good. It's really kind of cool to see that again. And I'm hoping, like, when Jason's finally, like, out and about again, outside of Sweet Revenge, and finally, doing what Jason does best. Oh, God, can we just get Freddy back? Please. He's the last one on the bench. Just get him off the bench by now, please. But yeah, you guys tell me in the comments below. What do you guys think of all this? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.